Hey everybody, I saw Captain Marvel last night and this is going to be my review show, so stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Chaz Man Show. My name is Chaz Riddle and this is going to be my, not a spoiler review, but a review of Captain Marvel. I saw it last night. I went to the 10:30 showing. Today is Friday, what is today? March the 8th. Today is Friday, March the 8th. So I went to the 10:30 viewing last night at the movie theater about 2 miles from my house. And, well, okay. There's some pros and cons to this report. The pros are there are some good things in this movie. The cons are you're probably going to hear some things that you probably don't want to hear because, and I'll give you my grade at the end of this, there are some very good portions of this movie. There are some parts of this movie that just don't belong. Some of the things that just don't add up. There is something for everyone here. People that are fans of Nick Fury and Samuel L. Jackson are going to love this. People that are fans of Coulson, he makes kind of a cameo appearance. People that are fans of Ronan, another cameo appearance. I don't want to spoil it too much for you, but here's the thing. There are some unnecessary characters in this movie. Then there are some very good characters in this movie. Ben Mendelsohn, for example, is probably the standout of the entire movie. He plays Talos. Okay? You probably know him from Rogue One, or I first was introduced to him on a TV show called Bloodline. Okay. Very talented actor. Does a great job. He goes from, well, put it this way. You feel like he is a part of this universe, whereas some of the actors in this movie are acting in a movie. Okay? All right, so let's just go with that. Let's just go ahead and I'll start with what I liked about the movie. The opening montage where you see the Marvel, like say when it first opens up, you see Captain America throwing his shield, and you see Iron Man, and you see Thor, and these, all those little pieces that end up to be like pieces of film inside the Marvel logo. Well, in this opening sequence, it's a little bit different, and actually was very, very moving. That, for me, was probably the best part of this movie, quite honestly. Now, there are some other good parts, of course, but that opening sequence was probably the best part for me. For me. Again, film is subjective, so take that with a grain of salt. But, okay, there's a great Stan Lee cameo. I mean, Stan Lee is, of course, we knew he passed away, but he'd already shot his cameos, and more than likely, and I think on pretty reputable sources, he's shot a few cameos, so there's going to be plenty of him in the next few movies. So come April, we'll probably see him again, and it's going to be fantastic. Looking forward to that. Okay, here's the pluses. There's some big explosions. There's some really cool tech. The makeup for the aliens are pretty cool. There are some payoffs in this movie to other movies. Some of them land quite well. Some of them are just swing and a miss. All right, there's a security guard. He's sitting in his car. Captain Marvel falls through the roof of the Blockbuster. She looks around for a while. See, and there's some pretty cool references to some of the movies, so pay attention to that when you see the movie. But the security guard witnesses all this stuff, and he reacts the way a normal person would react to somebody falling out of the sky through a building and then coming out the door. Now, this was all seen in the preview, so I'm not giving anything away. There's a fight on a train. People react accordingly, for the most part. There are some times when it's like, okay, if you see a woman in a rubber spacesuit fighting an older woman, people are probably going to get involved in one way or another. More than likely, taking video with their phones. Well, not to give it away, but the people don't react the way you would think normal people would react, which is a common theme throughout the movie. People just don't react the way I think they should have reacted. My dog's barking at somebody. My dog is such a protector when I'm here. However, if I come in the house and he's the only one here by himself, he hides in the back until he figures out that it's me. Yeah, he's a great guard dog. He's a pretender. All right. Now, Coulson makes a cameo. Ronan makes a cameo. That's great. That they really are unnecessary, quite honestly. There's a lot to this movie. The origin of Carol Danvers, or they call her Veers. And you notice, and the reason why is because this is also given away. She's in the military, and that is the only part of her dog tags that is left, the VERS, so they pronounce it Veers. You know, we see the other part of the dog tag later on in the movie. So, okay, Brie Larson. She looks good in the uniform. She's an Academy Award winning actress. Is she the right fit for this movie? I'm not 100% sold. In fact, I'm not really sold at all. I think that there could have been other choices. Maybe this has all just been a big setup for the next Captain Marvel movie. Okay? But in this performance, it's almost like she learns her lines. She hears what the director has to say, where he positions her. She says her lines, and then she moves on. There's not a whole lot of depth to her performance. Okay, let me make a comparison. She's an Academy Award winning actress inside Captain Marvel, walking through the scenery. Okay, just walking through. Phoning it in is what they call it. Jennifer Lawrence, an Academy Award winning actress in the Apocalypse movie and the most recent X-Men movies. I haven't seen Dark Phoenix yet because it doesn't come out until June. Again, Academy Award winning actress, kind of just walking through the scenes. You know, not giving a whole lot of depth or feeling or emotion behind the character. Again, Ben Mendelsohn is one of the people that actually you believe that he is part of that universe and he owns it. Samuel L. Jackson, great actor, they de-aged him. And I'm not going to spoil it for you, there's a payoff to why he wears the patch. Not a big fan. Okay, that being said, so Brie Larson, Academy Award winning actress. You would think that she's going to be great in everything, but that's not necessarily the case. Okay, look, there's been a lot of Academy Award winners out there that just are one-hit home runs and then they move on. Case in point, I grew up watching a show called Hazel, starring a lady named Shirley Booth. She was great. Now, she won an Academy Award for a movie called Little Sheba, Come Back Little Sheba. After that, she was Hazel on TV. Okay? You've got Ernest Borgnine. He won an Academy Award. He's McHale on McHale's Navy. These are two sitcoms I kind of grew up with. I mean, late 60s, early 70s, you know, the years that I would fake sick so I could stay at home and, you know, go to my grandfather's house and watch TV with him. Those were the good old days, you know. But okay. And Shirley Jones. Shirley Jones is an Academy Award winning actress. But everybody knows her, at least from my generation, knows her as Mrs. Partridge. You know, the mom who sings along with their kids. Okay, so there's you know, what's Adrian Brody doing these days? He's an Academy Award winner. Goldie Hawn is an Academy Award winning actress. She won an Academy Award on the second movie that she was in. The first one she was billed as something else. Her name has changed. But then she became Goldie Hawn and she won an Academy Award. But everybody remembers her as Private Benjamin. Not a bad legacy. I mean, my goodness. But just because Brie Larson is an Academy Award winning actress doesn't mean that she's a great Captain Marvel. And from what I understand, there are some sources that are revealing that a lot of people really aren't very happy with her because of the things she said. You know, the backlash from her statement about 40-year-old white dudes.
I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him about A Wrinkle in Time. It wasn't made for him.
Why piss off any demographic? Oh, okay, so Brie Larson, great actress, Academy Award winner. Could have been anybody else. I mean, I would think a better Captain Marvel could have been found. Brie Larson, I think you did a fantastic job winning the Academy Award. We think you're a very talented actress. Captain Marvel, I don't know. Maybe they were setting you up for the next Captain Marvel where your personality really comes out. The best part of your performance, I really think, was in the end credits. Not to give it away again, there is an end credit, just like all Marvel movies lately. Actually, there's 2 end credits. I would suggest you stay around for both of them. Okay, so back to performances. Ben Mendelsohn, stand out. Samuel L. Jackson does a good job. There's a payoff for his eye. Not the greatest payoff. I'll leave it to you to judge. Stan Lee's cameo is freaking awesome. Okay. Now there's a couple other standouts. The security guard when Carol falls through the roof of the Blockbuster. Great. Did a good job. Monica Rambeau, Carol's friend and aunt. Actually, Carol is her daughter's adopted aunt. Okay, which is a payoff for a future movie, I'm sure, because there's references to her becoming a superhero in future movies. If you read the comics and know the legacies there. Okay, so her name is Lynch. Fantastic performance by her. Pretty believable. Now there's some other things about the movie that are just not unbelievable. People's reactions to aliens are not believable. People with tech, they have no training whatsoever on the tech, and all of a sudden they're experts within seconds. Okay, didn't make sense to me. It's an origin story. Carol Danvers, you learn how she becomes Captain Marvel. Jude Law has a lot to do with that. He is not who you think he is. Annette Bening is a standout for this. She reminds me of Amelia Earhart, the way she's dressed. There's a lot of good in this movie. There's a lot of bad in this movie. But here's the big thing for me, okay? I'm going to sum it all up for you. This is not a movie that I'm going to go see again in the movie theater. I must have seen the Avengers in the movie theater 6 times. Now the first time, I just enjoyed it. The second, third, fourth viewings, those were to go back to pick up the little pieces that I had missed because of the audience reactions to things. Case in point in the Avengers, when Hulk smashes Loki. Everybody in the movie theater is laughing their ass off. But then, as he's walking away, he says, Hulk says, puny God. But you don't hear it the first time because everybody's laughing so hard. Okay? So The Avengers is a movie that I'd see over and over and over again. When it comes to Captain Marvel, this is not a repeat seeing for me. I'm not going to go see this movie again. Now, when it comes out on digital, will I buy it and add it to my collection? Of course I will. I have all the movies. And I watch them over and over and over again. This is one that I'll probably put on maybe just to fast forward through some of the better scenes. Okay, there's a lot of good tech. There's some payoff to the Pegasus project. So as far as a score for this movie goes, I'd give it a nice big C. You know, A is Iron Man, the first Iron Man. It set the standard for me. Captain America Winter Soldier, that's an A movie. Civil War, that's an A movie. Age of Ultron, that's a B movie just because, you know, it says it's called the Age of Ultron. But at the end, even Vision admits that he was only around for one day. So really, it wasn't really the Age of Ultron, maybe it was the Week of Ultron. Okay, Thor Ragnarok. That was a very high B+ movie for me. I really enjoyed that movie. Piss off, Ghost. So your type A or your A grade movies, and then you got B grades and C. Captain Marvel is a big C for me. Hope that's the right C. Yeah, I'm doing it this way. I'm looking, or maybe this is a C. I don't know. However, the camera flips it over, but it's a C. It's not anything better. It's not a D movie because it's a Marvel movie. They put a lot of money and expense into it, but final grade C. I won't see this again in the movie theater. Okay, Look, that's the end of this review, guys. There's some other news in Hollywood is going on. For example, Idris Elba has replaced Will Smith in Suicide Squad, but that's a whole other video, and we'll come back and do that a little bit later. But until that time, guys, enjoy the weekend. Remember, set your clocks forward this weekend, because Monday morning you will be getting up an hour earlier. But again, more sunshine for you, and we like that. We like sunshine. Okay, guys, have a great day. Bye-bye.